Hi everyone, Caitlin here. So thank you so much for joining the channel. I see a couple new subscribers. I'm really glad you're here and I'm glad these videos can help you on your journey. I wanted to share a message today that if you're here, you probably already resonate with, but it's just a reminder to be in tune with the power you hold as a creator, especially when it comes to the world around you. I know it's easy for us to be focused on just what we want to materialize financially or with partners, in keeping it within our interpersonal worlds. But I wanted to encourage you to use your newfound spirituality, the I am, the power of your word, the power of your feelings that you choose deliberately, to speak, see, think, and feel for the world around you. That doesn't mean taking on the feelings of others or taking on the feelings of what we see in the 3D. Actually, what I'm saying is to imprint our feelings and our thoughts on the 3D, knowing that we're seeing a shadow of what actually is. But if we're divine beings, if we believe in a new earth, if we understand that heaven is on earth, then everything's already done. Everything around us it's just a limbo, right? It doesn't hold power over us, and it doesn't hold power over the spiritual truth, right? Again, if you look at my video playlist where I talked about the tapestry of injustices, that's what the dream teaches too. But that's why I keep mentioning that dream really showed me this. But I say this because, especially if you're an ex-Christian or, I guess what inspired me to share this video was I asked my mom how church was, and she's like, oh, it was great. We talked about we needed hope, like pray for everyone because the world is broken, basically, and be love. But it's okay. As an ex-Christian, as someone who was like a Bible school scholar, I got a 4.0 in Bible school. I studied the Bible in different languages. I mean, I was like a freaking poster child for Christianity, but I always sought spiritual truth, right? And now I understand what Christ really taught. But we know now what love is. We know that the church majority, it's not love, right? That's not love. It's not hopeful to say the world is broken, but Jesus will save us. Jesus will come one day. So they're using, as you can see, like the organized religion is using their power and brainwashing others to continue condemning the world, continue saying it's broken, continue perpetuating fear, continue perpetuating lack, continue for perpetuating shame, guilt, and it's like, sometimes it's like, well, how can I imprint real love on that? How can I imprint peace when if I look at it and it makes me angry? And this is where sometimes I even see Deepak Chopra or really enlightened people, and they're still imprinting anger on the outside. And sometimes when I watch it, I'm like, why are we doing that still? Let's hold love for that so we can be the love, so it will project back into the world. Whereas if we just hold anger, it's going to project anger into the world, right? So I just wanted to encourage you today, like, that's the level I take this to, is that when I'm walking around and I'm going for a walk, I'll pick up trash, and instead of saying, well, my mind at first will be like, people, yeah. Then I'm like, oh, shoot, that's me. Like, I'm the one putting this trash down, as if I'm the one littering. And I say, thank you. Thank you so much that wildlife is prioritized in all the states, that conservation is a high priority for the government, the highest priority for the government. Thank you so much that all plastics are now biodegradable. I am constantly speaking life because listen, everything is consciousness. We know that. Everything is consciousness. Even as you're walking around, even though the 3D world is still a shadow, it's conscious. So it's vibrating. Nothing is definite. Everything is fluid, meaning everything's able to transform into something else because it's all energy, right? So just remember that. Be really careful with your thoughts, not only related to you, but in relation to the world and other people, because you project reality from your heart. And so it's not even just about thoughts, it's about what is in your heart. What is in your heart, and how is it affecting the world around you? Like this, for example, for me this morning, I was really feeling like I've been really feeling out how I've been keeping myself back from people, right? Hand distance, like keep my hands out. And I've used work and mission as a kind of a way to not allow people close to me, right? And so I was like, wow, I'm so sorry. I spoke to my higher self and I was like, all right, I'm ready to let people in again. I know that everyone's a divine being. You know, I've been really practicing seeing everyone as divine, seeing everything as divine. And so now my heart is opening more and more, remembering that it's safe, remembering that I am all that exists, that the whole world is within me, that frequency is all there is. And so I just wanted to encourage you, as you keep going through this journey, continue embodying it in the heart. And you're going to have moments, if you haven't already, you know, you will experience this eventually, and if you have had moments like this, I definitely want to hear them in the comments. I would love to hear. But have you ever like been so overwhelmed by divinity, by the I am, that your heart's just like, and it's bliss, you know, but you're just so moved. Everything moves you because everything's alive and you are everything. And so when we move from knowledge to being, you know, allowing this knowledge to permeate our being, and we're actually being this knowledge, we are the knowledge, right? I mean, that's wonderful. When we actually start feeling ourselves as the knowledge, I am the word made flesh, you know, that we really feel, oh shit, I am everything. Oh shit, I made this. I am, like, it's so wild. But anyway, yeah, as we continue to see the contrast outside of ourselves from what the truth we are, send love and compassion to it, love it, think it. And I know it might be tempting to take on the resistance and anger. And you may want to try to paint the outside world and think that you can reason with people. But I just want to remind you that your power is not in logic. When we're in this new state, when we're reborn, when we're the divine, when we are I am, and we identify it, when we know we're light being, when we know beyond light being, when we know we're awareness and we're consciousness, your power is in being. So when you feel yourself frustrated or angry or hurt because they don't see the divinity in themselves, go back to your inner world. Go alone. Revise. Revise. Revise what they said to you in your mind. You know? So I can say, picture right now that my mom said, you know, we talked about how we are each the divine and we are God, we are creator. And we talked about how the world is a reflection of ourselves, you know. Whoa, isn't that an amazing transformation? And Neville Goddard talks a lot about this too, revising. It's important to revise the past because the past changes our future. Because there is only now, so how we remember something determines everything else. So that's also what I do a lot. There's a lot of revising going on. So yeah, just continue being, really being the change you want to see in the world because it's already there. Everything's just frequency. So I'm so happy and proud of you and grateful that we can create this heaven on earth together, that there is a collective of us that understand and beyond understanding, that we know beyond knowing, that we feel and embody the truth of love, of compassion, of power, as it truly is. So thank you for being that with me, for holding that, not just for yourself, but for every sentient being, for everything in the world. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.